The next step in creating your own massage clinic is policies and systems. Doesn't sound very sexy, doesn't sound very fun, but it's very important to have that in place, to have a well-designed, well-oiled machine for your business. Let's start off with this. So from a standpoint of employees, you want to have an employee handbook that's required, and you want to have that in place before you even hire your very first employee. You might want to add in there, maybe your clinic policies about how you deal with patients. How do you want them scheduled? How do you want the verbiage on the phone when someone calls in to make an appointment? You might want to have policies about reminder phone calls. You might want to have policies about extracurricular communication. About can they meet someone for a drink in a bar? Not a good idea. So that should be all in your policies about what your expectations are with your employees. Talk about treatment protocols, how you want various injuries treated, the frequency rate. If it goes beyond a certain number of treatments, then you need to be referred to a chiropractor for an evaluation. Whatever the case is, so there's no abuses of insurance in your clinic. You might want to include ethics, as far as I mentioned about the drinks, but it can go even beyond that. From a dating standpoint, there's obviously laws in your state, hopefully, about ethical considerations, but have those written down. Don't just say, well, that's common sense. Well, it should be in your policies as well. Have policies about professionalism, how they dress, communication, how they talk to their clients. Have policies about safety, maybe disclosure of personal information to outsiders, and they should not give their phone number out personally to our clients. Have policies about what information you give to clients as well. So I would look at safety policies, looking at policies about after-hour access, when they can and cannot come into your facility from an employee standpoint. Maybe parking at night, where they can park, or how to make themselves safe at night by policy. Again, have it written down and protect yourself ahead of time. You might want to have operating procedures for your office about the order you want things done, or how you want to have SOAP notes filed, or where they go, or how bills are put into a filing folder for your billing person to take care of later. But all those things that you take for granted, your step-by-step process, should be written into a system. And we'll discuss systems here shortly with our system specialist. But you want to make sure you have a system in place to go along with your policies for your company. For your clients, you're going to want to have a no-show policy, and that's very difficult. Many massage therapists have a difficult time telling their clients, you didn't show up, you owe me the money. But I always say the first one's forgiven. But on the first visit, when they fill out their intake form, on the intake form, I specifically have my no-show policy, and they initial that, and it says, if you don't give us 24 hours notice, there's a $40 or a $50 flat fee for not showing up, and that will be due on your next visit. So have that. Some people go so far as to say, I want your credit card information so I can bill for that. With the new laws, with how credit card information is to be stored, it's actually not okay. So if you work with your credit card companies, they will tell you you may not write down those card numbers for a later charge. You actually have to call the person up each time and say, what's the card number for that? So storing credit card information in a file, not okay. And I guarantee you, over the years, your employee manual, your policy manual, your clinic manual, all those manuals will get larger and larger and larger. As incidents happen, things happen, you'll end up finding yourself adding more policies to adapt your company to make it fit.